Someone watching this right now can feel it. Something has shifted, not in a dramatic, everything changed overnight kind of way, but underneath, in the quiet. Like something that was stuck has finally started moving. Like the air is different than it was even a few weeks ago. And honestly, you're not imagining it. That feeling is real. And these cards are about to tell you exactly what it means. Because here's what I'm seeing for you right now, and I want you to actually let this land. The things you've been holding on to, the wishes you stopped saying out loud because they felt too big, too far, too much to hope for, they are already in motion. Not someday, now. The turning has already started. You are already in it. This is not a reading about waiting for your life to begin. This is a reading about recognizing that it already has. Hey loves, welcome back. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Alice. So glad you found your way here today, because I genuinely don't think that was random. I think something in you knew to show up for this one. Here's what I need you to do before we go any further. The universe moves toward people who are already moving. Not big gestures, small, real, intentional ones. Like this video, leave a comment, hit subscribe. Say out loud, I am here, I am paying attention, and I am ready to receive what's already coming my way. Let that be your first move into everything these cards are already pointing at. Today we're working with the Rider-Waite deck. Stay with me all the way through. There is a lot here, and every single bit of it is for you. The Star came in first, and I had to sit with this one for a second. Because this card does not show up casually. It doesn't drift in. When it lands in an opening position, it's making a statement. And the statement is this: you have been through something. Something that cost you. Something that wore you down in ways you didn't always let people see. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, you kept hoping anyway. Maybe quietly. Maybe just barely. But you didn't fully let go. That matters more than you know. Because the Star doesn't show up for people who gave up. It shows up for people who stayed open, even when staying open was the hardest thing. Some of you have been carrying a wish for so long it stopped feeling like a wish and started feeling like a weight. The relationship, the financial relief, the fresh start. You've wanted it so long that hoping for it started to feel embarrassing, like maybe you were fooling yourself. You weren't. The connection between you and that thing, it's still there. It never closed. The timing just wasn't aligned yet. Then the Wheel of Fortune dropped in right beside it, and that combination stopped me cold. The wheel doesn't ease you into change. It turns. And when it turns in your favor, which is exactly what it's doing here, things shift faster than your logical mind is prepared for. Opportunities that seemed stuck start moving. Doors that felt permanently closed crack open. People, situations, resources, repositioning around you in ways you didn't engineer and didn't expect. Here's the thing about the wheel. You don't get to decide when it turns. You only get to decide whether you're paying attention when it does. The Death card came in, and before anyone closes the tab, let me be very clear. This card has nothing to do with physical death. Nothing. In 20 years of reading, not once. What it's pointing at is a chapter, one that has already ended. Not one that is ending, one that is done. Finished. And the reason it showed up is not to scare you. It showed up because some of you are still standing at the door of that closed chapter, hand on the handle, telling yourself it might open again. It won't. And deep down, you already know that. A relationship that ran its course. A job that stopped being what it was. A version of yourself. A way of moving through the world. A set of beliefs about what you deserved. That no longer fits who you actually are right now. And instead of setting it down, you've been carrying it. Because letting go felt like losing. like admitting something, like closing a door on a version of your life you had really hoped would work out. Here's what the Death card wants you to understand. Letting go is not losing. Letting go is the only way anything new gets in. You cannot hold something old with both hands and receive something new at the same time. It has never worked that way. And this card is not a punishment. It is not the universe taking something away because you did something wrong. It is a transition, a doorway. The end of one thing is always, always the beginning of something else. Then the Ace of Cups came in right behind it. And I'll be honest, that pairing gave me chills. The Ace of Cups is the purest emotional beginning in the entire deck. A new love, a new connection, something so new it doesn't even have a name yet. The cup that is full and overflowing and waiting to be received. And it landed directly after the Death card, which is not an accident. That is the cards showing you the sequence. This is what comes next. Not eventually, next. For a lot of you, this is about love. But for others, it's bigger. It's an emotional reopening. A return to feeling things fully after a long period of going through the motions. Some of you shut parts of yourself down because feeling things fully was too much when everything was uncertain. That made sense. It was protective. But the Ace of Cups is saying the protection isn't needed anymore. That hopeful, open, fully feeling part of you, it's ready to come back online. The release and the receiving are part of the same movement. You don't get to skip the first part and jump straight to the second. The Ten of Pentacles came in, and this card in this position is not something I take lightly. This is the card of arrival, not almost there. Actual, tangible, lasting arrival. Financial stability, deep-rooted love. A sense of place and belonging that goes beyond just getting by. Building something that actually lasts. The Ten of Pentacles does not show up for people heading in the wrong direction. It doesn't land as wishful thinking. When it comes in as confirmation. What you have been working toward, even in the seasons when nothing seemed to be moving, when you were pouring effort into something that wasn't giving anything back, that work was never wasted. It was always building toward this. Some of you have been in a long winter. Financial pressure that didn't let up, love that wasn't there or wasn't right. You kept showing up, but the results weren't matching the effort. And it wore on you in a quiet way. You got more careful, more guarded. A little less willing to believe things could turn around in a big way. The Ten of Pentacles is saying, the winter is ending. What's coming is not a minor uptick. It is a full shift. The kind that changes your daily reality, not just your mood. Then the Sun came in right beside it, and I had to set the cards down for a second. The Sun doesn't hedge. It doesn't come with a but. It just means good. Actually, fully, no catch good. And paired with the Ten of Pentacles, what's coming is not just stable. It is genuinely, fully good. For a lot of you, that's actually hard to receive. When you've been in a hard season long enough, good news starts to feel suspicious. The first instinct is to brace for the catch, to find the reason it won't work out. That protective instinct, the one that kept you safe during the hard season, is not what you need right now. Right now, it is in your way. The Sun cannot be fully received at arm's length. Joy doesn't work that way. You have to let it in. The Three of Cups came in, and this one is lighter than what we've been sitting with. But lighter doesn't mean less important. This card is about joy that happens along the way. Not the celebration you throw after you've already arrived. The small, genuine moments of connection that most people blow right past because they're so focused on the destination that they forget the journey is also allowed to feel good. Some of you have been so locked into the weight of everything that you've forgotten to let anything in that just feels good without an agenda. You've been treating joy like a reward you haven't earned yet. like you're not allowed to celebrate until everything is fully resolved. The Three of Cups is saying that's backwards. Joy is not the finish line. Joy is part of the fuel. The universe responds to signal, and the signal you send when you allow yourself to feel genuinely good, even in the middle, even before everything is sorted, says, I trust this is real. I trust it's coming. I'm not waiting for proof to let myself feel it. That is not delusion. That is alignment. Then the Two of Wands came in right beside it, and this pairing is about action. Small, deliberate, intentional action. The figure in the Two of Wands stands at the edge holding the world in their hands, looking out at what's ahead. They are not waiting for someone to tell them it's time to move. They are already positioned, already sending the signal that they are ready for what's coming. Here's what these two cards together are saying. Stop waiting until you have something big to offer before you participate. Participate now, with what you have, from where you are. The universe moves toward people who are already in motion. Not massive, dramatic motion, small motion, consistent motion. Every small action you take in the direction of what you want is a signal. Every single one. It doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be real and intentional. The High Priestess showed up here, and what she's pointing at isn't mystical, it's practical. It's that voice you already have, the one you keep talking yourself out of. And what she's saying in this position is, that part of you is about to get louder. Some of you have spent years second-guessing it. You'd get a feeling, clear, specific, landed, and immediately start talking yourself out of it, running it through logic until it no longer resembled the original signal. And sometimes you'd override it entirely and find yourself months later thinking, I knew before any of this happened, and I didn't listen. That pattern is ending. The chapter ahead requires you to trust what you receive internally before you have external proof. Not every signal will be loud. Most won't be. It's a pull, a noticing, something that snags in you before your mind can decide whether to pay attention. Trust the snag. Then the star came back in right beside her, and I want to name that directly because it matters. The star opened this reading and it's closing it. That is not a coincidence. That is the cards telling you the shape of what's happening. This entire shift, everything we've talked about today, is one complete arc. The star is the card that comes after the hard season, after the long stretch of holding on when nothing was confirming it was worth it, comes the star. A figure at the water's edge, pouring out freely, not braced, not guarded, open. Hope that has been tested and survived. The universe saying plainly, straight up, you made it through that. And what is coming is worth everything it cost you. You are not starting over from zero. You are starting over with everything you learned, everything you built, everything the fire didn't take. That is an entirely different thing. Every single card in this reading has been saying the same thing from a different angle. The Star and the Wheel of Fortune opened this reading together, and they were saying, you stayed open when staying open was hard, and the timing is shifting right now, not later. Pay attention. The Death card said, the chapter that ended was supposed to end. Stop standing at a closed door. The Ace of Cups said, the emotional reopening is already here. Let it in all the way without bracing for the catch. The Ten of Pentacles said, this is not a temporary improvement. This is a new foundation. Financial freedom, rooted love, a life that is solid and lasting and completely yours. The Sun said, what is coming is unambiguously good. The only thing that can diminish it is your willingness to receive it at full size. The Three of Cups said, joy is not the finish line. It is the fuel. Let yourself feel good now, in the middle, before everything is resolved. The Two of Wands said, you don't need the whole plan. You just need to be in motion. The High Priestess said, you already know. Stop waiting for external confirmation before you trust the first, clearest impression. And the star closed it all by coming back in one final time, because that is exactly the shape of this arc. It started with hope that didn't quit, and it's ending with that hope being real. The hard season had a purpose. What comes after it is worth everything it cost you. That is not a collection of themes. That is one story, and it is yours. You are not at the beginning of this. You are deep in it, closer to the arrival than you've been letting yourself admit out loud. Every closed door, every long season, every moment you kept going with no guarantee it was heading somewhere real, none of it was wasted. It was the foundation. And the foundation is done. What is coming now is not more earning, not more proving. It is the part where it becomes visible, where the life you've been holding in your chest, the real version, the full one, starts showing up in your actual daily physical reality. You did the hard part already. You are allowed to receive what comes next. Don't let this be something you watch and forget by tomorrow. Drop a comment right now. Tell me which card hit the hardest. Tell me what you're done carrying and what you're choosing to receive instead. Write it out, where it's real and witnessed, where it's not just a quiet thought that dissolves before it takes root. There is something that happens when you name a thing out loud in a space like this. It becomes claimed. Let it be claimed. Like this video if it reached you. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Not as a favor to me, but because returning to this kind of energy consistently and on purpose is itself an act of alignment. You keep choosing the frequency you want to live in, and eventually it stops being a place you visit and starts being a place you live. The signals are already coming. The season is already turning. The only question left is whether you're going to let yourself receive this fully, without shrinking it, without one more round of making yourself smaller than the life that is actually waiting for you. You are ready. You always were. So much love to every single one of you. See you in the next one.